Hey, it's your boy Crypto Expert Life, back on another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Sphere. An update on Sphere, we're going to talk about mining disrupt. Okay, so this happened in Miami just recently. We talk about Stepn. There's a lot of dramas happening with Stepn. And lastly, we're going to talk about Ethereum Merge. What's going to happen with that. So, a lot to talk about. Let's roll that intro and let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and bell notification so when I upload my latest vids, you can get notified immediately. Sphere, we've got a lot of new things happening with Sphere, a lot of updates, which is good. A lot of people in the Discord, and they've just done a recent announcement that they've done a partnership with 100 Days Ventures. And this is another DeFi project. I'm not 100% familiar with this, but doing a partnership with Sphere is good for both parties, because 100 Days is going to use a lot of the infrastructure that Sphere has already built. 100 Days and Sphere will work together to accomplish the same vision, revolutionizing the DeFi space. The narrative is quite simple. 100 Days Ventures' primary focus is bringing real-world business into DeFi. Sphere Finance will assist in our vision by placing necessary infrastructure we need when needed. This is the fundamental pillar of our partnership. There are three things we believe the partnership would lead to. Network effects combine our collective power will be massive. There are talented devs, leaders behind both protocols are confident we'll work together by combining real-life business aspects DeFi. I will say that Sphere has got a pretty good dev team. They've built a lot of products in such a short time. So, yeah, they can leverage off Sphere's expertise there. Both protocols can interact great with the DeFi ecosystem, which can sustainably make a difference in the game changer for years to come. This just goes on about the kind of like the key takeaways, deflationary contract, the treasury farming, and the games. So they can integrate these into the 100 Days ecosystem. Sphere also did a burn recently. It was about 50 million tokens they burnt, which is not a lot by them, but still, they're still moving towards every day. Here it is. Here we just burned 50 million Sphere tokens. And Sphere tokens at the moment are worth 0.007. So multiply that by 50 million, which I don't know off the top of my head at the moment, but I'm guessing maybe 35k. Total guess there, but I could be wrong. Okay, so that's Sphere. So again, I'm invested in Sphere. I invested in Sphere when they first came out. And this is a long-term project, so I'm just going to keep on sticking with this probably for the next 6 months, and then just see where my coins are. I'm hoping that this can get to 20, 30, 40 cents. That would be nice. If it got to $1, that would be very nice. But still a long ways to go. This is a bear market as well. So if you're going to look into buying with Sphere, it's on Matic. You can pick it up off their website. Or you can pick it up off QuickSwap, but it is a long-term play. Don't buy into it and expect to flip it. It is definitely a long-term play. So another kick in the face for Stepn users. They said that because of the increased gas charges and people exploiting the low gas fees, they're going to put a 1 GST gas transaction per transaction on both realms, Solana and BNB. Look, I don't know the extent of this, because that's just what they said, and they do a lot of these things like this without consulting the community. So they're notorious for this. But again, so this is like, in my opinion, it just makes it harder and harder to earn it, because then 1 GST will be taken off. It mightn't sound like much, but keep in mind, every time that you walk, GST is used to repair your shoe. GST is used to open mystery boxes. GST is used to upgrade. GST now is used to one GST for a gas fee. So what they're doing is they're introducing all these things, and if like now and continue to introduce because they want to make slow the game down, because they realize that it's not going the way that they want it to go. Also, Bitcoin Daily, he has a YouTube channel. He basically came on board as a Stepn ambassador, and now he's left, and basically he's kind of like, well, you could say he's pulling up all the dirt on him. I would say two things with this. One, I would never be an ambassador to a particular project. Never would be an ambassador, because the problem with that is you put your name and your brand to that project, and if it goes bad or it rugs or something, your reputation is going to be damaged. So I think with Bitcoin Daily, he's made a mistake by putting his name to it because he accepted the money. And what was happening in the AMAs is they were all structured a certain way, and they would only answer certain questions. They would only come up with certain questions. So the concerns weren't voiced. They would have a regime and structure, right? And he basically says here the biggest problem with Stepn is communication. A lot of what happened in the community could have been avoided completely with proper communication. The community wants to be heard and acknowledged. Team needs to be proactively anticipate community concerns. That's true. Stepn does not have. They say that they voice the community, but they don't actually put it in action. And the biggest one recently that they did was the latest realm with the ape realm. Okay, I reckon that was just a total flop. It was just a publicity stunt to get people into Stepn from Bored Ape Yacht Club, but they just weren't interested. Stepn is just it's definitely, I would not recommend it getting into it now. And I guess Bitcoin Daily is now kind of like bringing up the dirt with them. Here it says, question any ambassadors siding with you. 100%, although not publicly for obvious reasons. Many feel the same way as me, but also love the game as they want to keep their position. Most don't care about the politics. They're just happy to get their free sneakers and make money running. So that's how they got paid. They got free sneakers, looks like. So Stepn really didn't have to pay them any money. He just gave them sneakers, which they could sell if they wanted to. See, that's the problem when you become an ambassador to a certain project. You basically become the little bitch, and you can't voice the concerns. Or you can voice concerns to them. How they respond, you really got no control over it, and you're basically being told to hush and put a zip on your zip up your mouth, and that's basically what happened with Bitcoin Daily. He was told to zip it, and then I guess he didn't really want to be told to do that anymore, so he left. Look, I would say mistakes on both parts there, but I would say he's right about the communication. Stepn are notorious. They just don't care. They don't listen to the community. And this is a perfect example, right? Yeah, latest AMA, Twitter Space. We can make Stepn great again. See, when something has to be made great again, it means that the current state of where they are is in a bad state. That's why they want to make it great again. And that's just the terminology, and subconsciously they're in a shit. The community is divided amongst them, and it's getting more divided. And that's why they've got to make this statement. We're going to make Stepn great again. Well, you never should have let Stepn get to that point. I think the team is a lot to blame for it, because when they announced, the biggest one was the China ban. That was the biggest one. As soon as they banned the people from China, which they should have just let them kept on staying and just restricted the breeding, that's when the project just went downhill fast, is when people started to sell off and they dumped the price. People lost confidence. They didn't have to tell the China ban. They didn't have to do it, but they did, and they made a big mistake, in my opinion. And then also the community didn't stick with them, and kept on selling, and now that's why GST is at its price. GST would not be at this price if people didn't sell. So they're earning the GST and then they're dumping it straight away to get the ROI back. It is what it is. Mining Disrupt. So this was a conference in July. I didn't even know about this, and it was in Miami. So you're kind of like on the back of the Miami Bitcoin conference, but a few weeks apart. And here, these guys here, it looks like they're GNR covers band. I don't know if this is Axl Rose. I don't think it is. Let me have a look. I'm pretty sure that's not Axl Rose, but hey, I could be wrong. So if you did go to the Mining Disrupt and watch this band, is that Axl Rose? I'm pretty sure it isn't. But anyway, because they would have tweeted anyway, they would have said at GNR Guns N' Roses. But it's still okay. They got a band there happening. The thing with these conferences is you can get a really, and if you're into mining and you're into these conferences really help because you can get access to a lot of these people that are like real projects. Some of these projects are businesses that sell mining equipment. Others are actual mining farms. So you can get all the legit. See this Bit 5. This I think these guys are a mining farm. So you can get into all these. Like you wouldn't know about this stuff if on the internet. You didn't know what's a scam, what's not. But when you go to conferences like this, you actually know who the legit guys are because you go there. All right. This is iPolo. They make miners, so they were there. A lot of these companies you can find out who they really are and see what they offer. I still like mining. I think it's still a good long-term strategy. Don't expect to make money fast with it, but it's a good long-term strategy. There's Clean Spark. They do what do they do? I think they're mining equipment. Then there's this one here, which is basically like they're called Digital Shovel. They're like a Bitcoin mining container. So these containers, they're not cheap. These go like Bitmain sells them for like 100K. What they are is just a container with all the electrics and everything in them, and you put your miners in them. These things are not cheap. So that one there's 30 to 45K. This one here, 130K. So in my opinion, these are way overpriced. Just buy yourself a cheap used container, 20-foot high ceiling container, and then just deck it out with cables and all the electrics and stuff that you need. That's a way cheaper option. Paint it up. Spending this type of money on this is ludicrous in my opinion. But it's you're seeing this stuff. You can go if you're into really into mining. It's 190K. It's ridiculous. That's not including miners. Don't forget. This is not including miners. It shows mining containers. See what they look like. They do look pretty cool though. But again, you can do all this stuff, fabricate all this stuff, have doors and stuff on it. So they look pretty cool. Here's like a couple of these chicks models that they're using. See, this is all excluding the miners. You still got to buy the miners, which is usually ASIC Bitmain miners, and they are really expensive. So, but everything's already decked out and the electronics is already done for you. So I guess see the different fuses. So these container miners. It's again, when you go to these conferences, you have all the different products and services related to crypto mining. So that's people don't realize that crypto itself, it's a massive industry because you've got all the different aspects of crypto. Then you've got all the sub niches within those sub products and services within those sub niches, and this one here, Bitcoin mining. Then you got all the sub niches within that. See, so it's pretty. Crypto is pretty big. It is pretty big. This one here, and again, this one is E2 Mine Technology Limited. Easy to mine. Looks like they're a crypto miner provider. They give farms, mining pool, very similar Bitmain, but just like a middleman. They have the different S19s. Okay, L3, L7s. I guess the thing, like what I just said before, because this company went to this mining conference. You know who they are. They're not like something that you just found off the web, that you don't even know if these people are real. So by going to the conferences, you know that these guys, so they've got multiple farms in different, that one's in the United States, that one's in Indonesia, Kazakhstan, and that one's in Laos. So that was interesting. I didn't know that one was in Laos. So these businesses, you can, like I said, you can suss them out and know if you're into this sort of stuff. And lastly, Wen Merge, obviously 37 days and 2 hours, 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Now, I don't believe this. Because I've seen Ethereum, they've been talking about this since 2016. They were talking about, the whole proof of stake. And now it's 2022, August. It's been, 6 years. I don't know. I just don't believe it will happen until it happens. Okay. So we'll see what happens. I think it'll be delayed again, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'll believe it when it happens, So now there's all sorts of stuff. People talking about, going to the mining hash power going to ETH. And then they're like, I read some stuff that they want to, keep Ethereum, add proof of work, and just build another chain, or keep the existing chain. But basically, create their own type of, I don't know what they'd call it, Ethereum Gold. I don't know, but just keep proof of work going. I mean, they've already got ETH proof of work, which is the original Ethereum, but they want to, because now this is going to take a lot of money, because people are invested, apparently it's like $5 billion has been invested into GPUs and ASIC machines to mine Ethereum itself. Not all of that hash power is going to go over. Some of the ASIC machines will drop off if they can't mine it, but most of them I believe would about to move over to ETC, sorry, my bad, ETC, Ethereum Classic. But so they've invested all this GPU power and ASICs on Ethereum. Now they, what do? If Ethereum goes to proof of stake, if it happens, they'll just go to ETC, or they'll just make their own coin up. I don't know, but we'll see. So, like I said, I'll believe it when it happens, but it'll be interesting. There'll be opportunities. So that's it, guys. That's my video for today. Again, different topics all the time, but basically, crypto is such a vast industry. There's just tons of different subcategories, niches within crypto. And when you go to these conferences, you'll see them. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Leave us a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.